Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be showing you how to upgrade your Nexus 6P or pretty much any Nexus device to the latest Android 6.01 without of course losing data and losing root access. So currently here, if I may show, I downgraded my phone back to the 6.0 just to do this after doing some extensive testing, so I'm pretty sure this works. And so currently I'm on the Android 6.0 version and the November 1st security update. And now we're going to go ahead and go with the process. So all you need on your phone here is USB debugging and of course the appropriate drivers already installed. There is a video on that I've covered just for installing drivers. You can find that in the more info. So just enable USB debugging as well, which you should have done already. And next things you want is also the USB Type-C to Type-A cable. And finally we need these few links. So first up is the Google developers site for factory images for Nexus devices. So you can go on the site here. They've released the Pixel C lately. So click on, navigate to whichever one on the side here is your device. And what we're going to do here is download the 6.01 link just over there, or whichever one. In this case, the 6.01. I will be doing a video every month, I guess, every update that comes along. So just hit that and just save it to your C/Android folder or just wherever you like, because what we like to do is keep things organized. So everything I'm going to download currently will go into our C and then Android folder. If you'd like to make something similar to that, it's just an Android folder on the C drive. I've downloaded pretty much everything there. So you want to save your file there. I've already done this, so I'm going to hit the cancels button. So that's the first thing. Next thing you want to download is Super SU for Marshmallow. So the latest one here is I think 2.6.2. Yes, yesterday it was 2.61. So I'm going to go ahead and download the latest one here, which will be fantastic. So again, I'm just going to save this to, I'm going to browse for our C Android folder on our C drive. Just save it there. I apologize, there's already kind of a lot of files there. Just close that. Sort of a lot of files there left over from the last time I did this. And last thing we need, of course, is a compatible kernel. In this case, I'm going to be using the Elemental X kernel because it's the one that worked for me. So I'm just going to be using this one. So go ahead and I'm just going to leave this down there, or you can find a kernel on the XDA developers website that is compatible with Android 6.0.1 and of course Chainfire's systemless root, which in this case we're going to use because I believe 2.6 is the beginning of the systemless root. So go ahead and download the one for 6.01. It should be this one. It should say 6.01, but it's the version 1.0. So we're going to click on that, and we're going to save this in the same Android folder from before. I already have this saved, so you're going to see some replacing and all that. We're going to wait for it anyway, just so no one gets lost or confused. Alright, so click on that green download button. We're going to browse for that same place as well. Again, I'm going to go on this PC, and we're going to scroll down, Windows, Android. Just going to save it there. I'm just going to replace it, of course. That shouldn't take long, 12 megabytes. So what you want to do right now is plug in your 6P or your Android phone, your Nexus device. So now we're going to try and access it. So currently I'm going to open it up with the device browser. You can see the folder is empty right now, and too bad this cable is really short, so I'm going to have to maneuver the surface around. Oh, this is going to be a pain. Okay, so from here, sorry about the glare, I'm going to see if this works. Looks like we'll be waiting for a little bit. Yeah, pro tip, don't downgrade back unless you're doing a full factory image wipe thing. Alright, so if you can't see your internal storage on the browser, Come on. Okay, cool. So if you can't see that, just pull down the notification shade. Pull down, oh no, not again. And you want to scroll down to about here where it says USB for charging. You want to tap on that, and then make sure you select USB or for file transfers. That one right there, which will reconnect your Nexus. And on the computer, all you need to do is hit that refresh button, or not. Sorry, back out once and go in again. Nope. Oh, what am I doing? I think you can just re-plug it in, reattach it, and you might have to do the same thing. Yep. Sorry guys, bear with me. You just want to do the same thing. File transfers. Alright, sweet, so it's worked. So go and head over to the internal storage. That's pretty slow. Alright. Yep, that seems alright. So what I'm going to do is delete this old stuff that I have here. It is of no importance to me or this video. In fact, slightly relevant, but not what we need right now. So from where you've saved everything, which is in our C drive, in our Android folder, and then we have the latest Super SUs 6.2 right there. You just want to drag that into the title bar here, so it copies it to the root directory and not into any of these folders. You can see it there already. And the next thing we want to copy over is the Elemental X version 1 as of this video. There will probably be a later version coming out maybe soon, onto the root of the SD card. Now, cool, so you should also have, sorry I forgot to mention the platform tools, which is essentially the adb.exe, the two DLLs, and of course the fastboot.exe, which is what we'll be using to communicate between our computer and our phone. So to get started, we are now going to hold shift and right click and hit open command window here. First things first, we want to type in adb reboot bootloader, just like that, and our phone should reboot into the bootloader with no problemos. As you can see, it looks like a green Android, just like that. Leave it on the start there, and because you've followed or done your own fastboot driver installation, if you type in fastboot devices, you should see your device in there, which is great. Now, here comes the tricky part. If in any case that your browser has downloaded the factory image to be a tar file, please rename it to tgz, because if you open up this tar file, you just get this weird file, and that is our zip that's inside, like that contains everything. So change it to tgz, right, like that, and when you open it, you'll actually see when it does its thing. Give it a moment. Okay, well you'll see that here. You'll see that it's turned into a folder. It has our bootloader and radio, and then has our, of course, inside here are our vendor images, boot images, and all that kind of cool stuff. So I want to get rid of those. So just hit extract, and this will extract everything that we need, and for us to commence our flashing process. So leave this to extract by itself, and you can pause the video right here, and I'll be back when this all finishes, and we'll get started on the flashing process. Alrighty, so next things next, we go into this folder and into this one again, and you can see we have an image-angler-blah blah 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 .zip. Just want to right click and extract those here, so we get all the images in one folder all together. This might take a little while because the image, the system image is 1.9 gigs, so it's great how they compressed it down to a 1 gigabyte file. A little bit misleading, but that's alright. So we'll wait for this to extract. So we have our command prompt window here, and all you need it to be is kind of side by side. So we'll just wait for this to finish up, and it won't take too long. And basically we're going to flash some of these image files, but we're going to exclude one or two of them. I think it's just one, which is the user data image, which pretty much resets your data back to nothing. So we won't be flashing that, but we'll be flashing everything else. And then afterwards I'll show you how to root it, and you can even install Xposed as well, which is what I'm going to do along with all this. But I might do that after actually, it depends how things go. And so we're almost done. Fantastic. So we have all these up in the corner over there. So now we will commence flashing. So type in fastboot flash. I'm just going to move the laptop back so I can type properly. So it's fastboot flash bootloader. And then all you need to do, really clever, is drag the bootloader image on top of the command window here. So just make sure you leave a space in this area so it's not all conjoined together. Hit enter on that, and you're going to see that's finished. What you need to do now is type in fastboot reboot dash bootloader, just like that, and that'll reboot the phone into the bootloader with the latest or the upgraded bootloader instead of our old one here. Alright, cool, so our phone's back into that same green screen. Next, we need to type in, we're going to flash the radio. So again, we're going to type in fastboot flash. I'll just zoom in here a bit more because I can. So we're going to type in fastboot flash space radio space, just drag in the radio image there, and then hit enter. And that'll write our radio. That is cool. We're going to reboot into the bootloader again. So type in fastboot reboot dash bootloader. Again, just like that. Cool, our phone's in the bootloader again. So now is the list that we need to do. We're going to flash the cache. So type in fastboot flash space cache space, and we're going to drag the cache image onto our command window and then hit enter. Cool. Next thing is the system partition. So type in fastboot flash system, leave a space on the end, and then also drag in the system image just like that. Hit enter. Now this will take roughly a minute, if not a little bit more, because of its gigantic size. If you'd like to have a look, 1.9 gigs, almost 2. So we're going to wait for our phone and our computer to transfer all that, and you're going to see it send it in like little pieces, I guess, just like the cache and some of the other things that we're going to flash. So yep, we'll just wait for this to continue. And now this should be our final system sparse image, or one of our final ones that we're going to send to our phone. Alrighty, so as you can see, it's done, and it took about a minute and a little bit, which is fine. And the last thing we're going to flash is the vendor image. So type in fastboot flash vendor, VENDOR, leave a space on the end, drag our vendor image onto the command window, hit enter. This one's quite small, so it would be easy. And after this, we're going to root it now and possibly flash Xposed. So I assume that you were rooted previously and that you want to root again. So you obviously have TWRP. If not, I don't know what you're doing. Anyway, so I'm just going to angle the camera down a little bit because we won't be needing our computer much anymore, more like our phones. So what's next? Basically, you're going to press the volume down button twice so it goes into recovery mode, and hit the power button. I'm going to close that blind, and so there's not much glare. Alrighty, so once you're booted, you're going to be greeted with this decrypt data thing. Just put in your passcode there, or your pattern, and it'll attempt to decrypt the data partition. And cool. So I think I've been here before, so it didn't ask me if I wanted to modify the system, but if it does, you can hit no or yes. Doesn't really matter. So first thing we will install is the new Super SU. So scroll down all the way to the bottom of the internal SD card. Oh, this is pretty bad. Alright, I'll lean it this way. So you're going to flash the Super SU at the bottom here, and just swipe to confirm the flash. Alrighty. And yes, do not accept the Super SU app built into TWRP. It's not going to help you. So we don't want to reboot the system just yet. We're going to hit that back button at the bottom, and then we're going to flash the Elemental X kernel, or whichever kernel that you want. So we're going to hit next. Check that box down there, hit next, hit OK. We're going to go with the stock kind of stuff here. It doesn't really matter. Not going to have any wake gestures. I'm not going to have sweep to sleep. So just hit next, and we'll leave that as there. And we'll now start installing the Elemental X kernel. Oh, that was quick. So next, and then finish. So I think I did this too dark. It's really bright. You can't really see anything. So we're gonna hit reboot system next. Oh, sorry, we are not. I'm just going to go ahead and flash, if I have it, the Xposed framework version 78, I do believe it is. So I'm just gonna flash that. Well, you couldn't really see it, sorry. But if you have the Xposed framework installed as zip still on your phone, go ahead and you can just flash that if you want. That is optional, of course. If you don't have Xposed or didn't have it originally or don't want it, don't worry about that. Now, last things last, we're just gonna hit reboot. So currently now we should see that, and of course our phone should boot up. So I'll just leave this process here so you can see the entire thing. Might speed it up anyway, and we'll see if it turns on. Sweet. So I'm gonna have to put in my passcode or pattern. Now, second time I did this, it kind of crashed here and had to restart again. I think that's what it's done so far. Yep, that's alright. So we'll leave that to do whatever it's doing. Starting up. And this should be our final boot up sequence before we get all the way into Android. And I apologize I didn't get to show you like what my device looked like before I did this, because it was super buggy as I tried to downgrade it just to do this video. So rest assured, all of the user data should still be there, and you'll be rooted, and you'll have Xposed back. You might just need to restart to get the framework back. Enable the modules. So this first boot or second one shouldn't take too long. So another thing that you might want to test out after this is to see if the camera has worked. If not, then I've heard somewhere on the XDA forums that you may have flashed the 6.0 version of the kernel, or you missed one of the image flashes. So hopefully this turns on quite quickly afterwards, and I'll get to show you that we are indeed rooted. We have the Xposed framework, and that we are on the 6.0.1 with the new emojis and all that. And we also, well, I'm not sure which ones are new, so you're gonna have to assume that they're there. And also, we're gonna check that we are on the latest security update. So I'm guessing this will take a little bit longer, just to get it back into the user area. Alrighty, so it took a little bit longer than expected, but we're there at last. I just plugged in my phone just in case it would run out of battery, but you can see now it's optimizing apps. If we can, well, it's a little bit bright, but we'll see. Well, right now you can kind of see it spinning. So it's optimizing apps currently, and it's upgrading. 25 out of 117, so I'm guessing that's all my user apps as well, which is fantastico. So again, I'll jump cut again once this optimizing is finished, because generally this takes a little bit longer than usual, normally. Alrighty, so looks like our phone is finished up booting, or booting up. That is how they say it, I do believe. So this shouldn't take too long. And look at that. Wow, okay, not that amazing. It's not lagging anymore, which is good, which is what happened last time. So now we're going to verify everything that I just told you, so it's not a gigantic lie, and that your phone will catch fire. So, first off, I think we should see, look, Xposed modules already working their magic. I think these are like, automatic toggles. Yes, look, that is cool. So one thing's already working, as well as that pop in and out video. So we're going to scroll all the way to the end. Oh, it's so fluid now. Ooh. Okay, so we have Android version 6.0.1, if you can see that. And of course, the 1st of December 2015 update, a security update, I should say. Next thing we want to take a look at, of course, is Titanium backup. So we can tell we are rooted, of course. I'm going ahead and going to unfreeze the phone, because it kept on saying the phone was broken, and no matter what I did, look, Lucky Patch started kicking in, so I can get a bajillion keys in Subway Surfers, because I'm very cool. Is this done yet? Defrost, please. Cool. And I'm going to put that back down there. Okay, so we got some interactive access, something. What else do I want to show you? I wanted to show you Xposed. We're going to hit up the framework, and oh yeah, framework is active. The camera, make sure the camera works, because last time the camera did not work. And I tried downgrading and the camera works. Oh my gosh, look. Oh, well, that's not, yeah, look. Oh, I'm so happy, because this literally took a span of 2 days to complete fully and properly. I am overwhelmed and whatnot. So that is all for this video, guys. I apologize for being, a little bit longer and a little bit more exciting. Well, that's a good thing. So thanks for watching. If this helped you, please feel free to leave a like down below. And also, if you have any questions, doesn't have to be related to this video directly. It could be something that you saw, like cool live wallpaper. What is it? You can ask me that too. It's called Forests. I can link you a Play Store link if you like. Just go ahead and ask it in the comments down below. And thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you in the next video.